For paint, walls, and ceilings, you have the option right here in the custom price to input any sort of subcontracted quote you may have received. If you're looking to have a third party do the work for you and they quoted $5,000, you can simply input $5,000 right here in this space, and in the back end you can change that amount for the client to see. So if you want to add a markup of any degree, that price will be shown on the customer side when they receive their quote, not the quote price that you input here. Down here under the primer, we only have one room accounted for at the top right now, so that's why we're seeing only 288 square feet. If we had more than one room inputted, this number would obviously reflect that. Down below, you have the option to put the confirmed square footage amount in. So this is more so if you're looking to do the entire room. In some cases, you know, you may not be. It depends on how you want to lay out the room floor plans. Maybe you opened up 2 rooms and made them one, but you're only painting the ceiling in one room and not in another. So in terms of primer, that's how that would be broken up. So you can input whatever that number might be. In this case, we'll just do 288. In the primer selection, we have a generic in the event that it's something that we don't have within the system. For this demonstration, I also have the bare paint, primer, and sealer inputted in. So if I click that, it's going to be saved. I already know the pricing of it. I already know all the information I need to know about this primer because I've already inputted in the back end of the system. In the event I put a generic in, this is where I can put the primer name and the primer code, if there was one, and any custom pricing that needs to be reflected can be put here. This is to display the information on the quote page for the customer so they can see what primer is being used if you choose to have them see that or not. And then this is to input the price per can because our system will track how much you're going to need to use for paint or primer, and it'll multiply that for however many cans there are. Down below in your living room, you're going to see that the wall square footage is 288 right here. Now, are we painting the whole room? More than likely you are, but sometimes you might only be painting one wall if it's an accent wall. In this case, you know, we'll do the whole room, so we'll input that. Your ceiling square footage, you can input however much that's going to be. If you think you're not painting the ceiling, you can leave it blank. If you are painting it, you know, you can input that number here. We'll just put that in for now. Over here, you can put select finish. So once again, we have a generic code, which if I click this, you're going to see down below. Please specify. Right here is where you can input that information of the paint name, the paint code. All that is helpful for the person that's going to be getting the materials, and it's going to be helpful to have that on the quote as well. And then here you'll input the price per can, so that way it'll do the math for you in the back end of the system. The same thing goes for the ceiling. You'll see down below, it's setting it up the same as the walls. Now, if I chose something that's already in the system, and in this case I have bare white paint, click that, it automatically shows the paint code right here. I could still put in any information I would like, and you can see now it's not applicable to put the price in here because I already have the price in the back end, so I don't have to put that on there. You can see down here every title next to the room. As stated before, all of these are inputted at the very beginning, so it's very important that you fill out those pages and you understand what room is what, because it syndicates through the entire form for you, so you don't have to constantly do it. So it's keep an eye out on this here. Down below you'll see the trim and door finish. Simple. Put in how much feet of trim you have, what kind of finish you would like, if it's painted, stain, or clear coat. You know, we're going to paint it. And then how many doors you're going to have. Maybe you have 5 doors and you want those painted as well. Down below is where you can put in what kind of finish you want for your trim. If you want just a generic, or if you want primer and sealer. Notice right here it goes not applicable, generic. It's now insert price below. So the trim finish, what are we going to have? So this is the primer, or the base coat. If you were doing stain, let's say, this would be your stain section right here, and then the finish would be the clear coat. In this case, it's primer for our base, and our paint is going to be Benjamin Moore. So you can see OC40 showing up, not applicable to put the price in, and we're good. Down below, the same thing applies. Now, I will change this to show you under stain and clear coat that you can select your stain, and you can select your clear coat finish. Perhaps you're even just looking to do a clear coat. Just do clear coat only. And clearly there's nothing here. There's no base. It's going to fall under the finish right here. Clear coat generic or Varathane.